All right, we've got an emergency. Becky called me from outside and said somehow the sheep got out in the barn. They are no longer in the stalls, they're just roaming freely as they please. All right, let's go take a look and see what the damage is. We had a little light dusting of snow out here. It'd be a beautiful morning if it weren't for the wind that we have.
Hello, Pumpkin. Hope all good. Well, good morning. Good morning, sunshine.
We have feces and urine everywhere. They've been all back here. That's just lovely. They have completely eaten that entire thing of treats. Go on, go on. Come on, get back in your pen. Go back to where you belong. Good morning, Fred. I'm trying to figure out how they would have gotten out. If you look over there, that thing is not secured. That's open over there. All right, we've got these forks down here. That's really dangerous. You guys have made a mess. I thought you're sheep, not pigs. All right, so they tore through a bunch of bales of hay. They didn't consume them all, but it's not terrible, I guess. Go ahead. There you go. There we go. There we go. I'm just looking at these two used back ends, and they've really softened up there. Oh man, they could go anytime. Like, from what I've seen anyway, like, this is what you want to see. You want to see them consistently progressing until the day that they give birth. It's pretty incredible. Like, they could go today. All right, so apparently I didn't lock the doors. I didn't lock the gates last night, and they decided it was time for breakfast and went out both of the gates, all of them. So that's got to be how this happened. We're gonna seed this place because once we turn the sheep out on pasture in the spring, we're gonna bring the pigs, at least the feeders, in here, and they're gonna till all this up for us. You girls want some hay too, don't you? I gotta get them some hay here. The sheep are gonna go out and work our pasture. The pigs are gonna come in here and they're gonna till up all this manure, all of this hay, and they're going to need some incentive to do that. So I'm gonna seed this place with corn, and that's gonna ferment and eventually be there. When the pigs come in here, it's gonna be underneath all this hay. That's gonna be there for the pigs so that they've got some incentive, some reward for their work. So that's gonna basically pay their wage to take care of this. And I didn't come up with this idea. This is a Joel Salatin idea. If you've ever seen his pigerator, I think is what he calls it. That's basically what we're gonna try to do. So I've got to generously seed the ground with corn because I watched somebody else who did this and they didn't put enough corn in their in the hay. So we want to make sure that if anything, we put too much corn in here. And I've got quite a bit of corn. I got more corn than what I'd want to spill all over this floor. Good morning, my singing bacon. It is not nice out here. What are you doing here?
The cats don't like going in with the sheep to get water.
Aha.
So they're very thirsty.
So we're getting them a heated water bowl. These are whole corn kernels. And we're gonna bury these things as deep as we can in the bedding. And I really hope the sheep don't go after them much. You know, because sheep, they don't need grain. They do just fine on grass and legumes like alfalfa. We're gonna do our best to bury this so that they're not interested. Sheep are top feeders, not bottom feeders. You even see it when they graze grass. They'll eat the tops first. They'll eat right about eye level or just below that first. They won't go down and they won't so much pull up stalks as they'll eat it from the top down. Pigs, however, tend to be bottom feeders. They'll go in and they'll root through the grass. They'll root through the soil and they'll pull out the roots first. Go on. You're not invited to this meal. Alright, I've got a little treat for you. Some old world knowledge that was passed on to me by another farmer. Back in the day, people used to mix animals. Nowadays, they've got one type of animal at one location normally. You know, these big mono farms and these big monocrops. So there's no cooperation. There is no chance for the natural symbiotic relationship between different species that's you're able to have on a multi-species farm. With these big mono-species farming systems where you've got, you know, 1,000 pigs and nothing else, you don't have a chance to do this. The bedding in there that the sheep are on is deep enough that we can actually plant corn and they're not going to go in and eat it. The trick will be keeping them fed enough and keeping enough hay cover, you know, that carbonaceous diaper as Joel Salatin calls it. We got to keep that covering all the poo dang. If all the poo dang is covered, they're less, it's not going to stink in there and they're going to be far less likely to try to get down into it and eat the corn that's going to be in there. So we'll see how that goes. This is an experiment on our part, like everything that we do for the first time. Even if we've heard that it's been successful with somebody else, we don't know for sure until we've tried it. Personal experience is the best verification that you can have that something works. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a try.
So as soon as I put Night in the garage, she immediately started like stalking around and following the path that I know mice have been in.
Oh, good.
So she's on the hunt. She's pretty much ignoring the quail and the trash bags that are in there, and she's just kind of pacing around.
If she has a hunter instinct, she'll eat and she'll still kill mice. She might not eat the mice, but she'll still go after mice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, what do you think? Are you gonna leave the corn alone? I'm guessing you are, because there's a piece right there that you don't care about. All right, so that's it. We're done for this week. I'll just have to plan on doing this on a weekly basis. We got done what we needed to get done. Lens is fogging up. All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a like or a comment if you are so inclined, and a subscription would really help us out if you are not. If you're one of the 75+% of people who watch our videos and are not subscribed, that's your choice. All I would ask is, would you consider it? And if you consider it and you give us a subscription, I would very much appreciate it. That's it from me, from Free Warden to you. You have a great next 24 hours. And don't forget, stay free, friends. It's really foggy.